As someone that's sold on Amazon and online over the last decade and built and scaled multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses doing so, I've noticed so many shifts and so many changes throughout the years that impact sellers. But nothing like the three major shifts that I'm going to be talking about today, because these three shifts are going to start to separate those that are doing Amazon and e-commerce as a hobby versus those that are building a legitimate business that can last long into the future and can bring in good profits long term. Over these three shifts, I'm going to be covering what they are, how you can apply them to your business, and how it will affect things moving forward for long-term growth in your business. Now, because I've sold over $10 million worth of products online and $7 million of that has been through selling on Amazon, this first shift is going to be one that may surprise some of you. Maybe it won't. But the first shift that I'm noticing is a massive trend towards omni-channel selling. Now, this has been something that I've talked about for years. In fact, I'll even pull this up for you. I'm the #1 video for how to sell on Walmart if you just look up selling on Walmart on Google. But ultimately, this shift to omni-channel selling has been happening through the years because of the dominance that Amazon has had in the marketplace and the way that they've treated sellers and the way that the marketplace just naturally evolves through time. But as sellers are getting into their business, we need to start looking at ways that we can approach selling on other platforms in addition to selling on the biggest one, which is still Amazon. Now, if you're a brand new seller and you're just trying to get going, Amazon is still the lowest hanging fruit out there. It's still an opportunity that new sellers can get started, they can succeed, and they can start to see some profits roll in, and you can learn all about reselling products on Amazon or other products at all if you want to do your own brand or other things. But if you're somebody that's been selling for a while, you need to start looking at ways you can capitalize on other platforms. So I specifically have sold on Amazon and on Walmart and on Etsy and on eBay and so many other different platforms. And this is something that is getting more and more important and impactful in every business. So what I recommend is starting with the platform of Amazon. And then as you move forward, take a look at Walmart because it's a natural next step for many sellers. But then after that, you want to start looking at maybe selling your returns on eBay or maybe selling those on Facebook Marketplace. Or if you're building a brand, look to build that on Shopify or through some other type of a platform that you want to build your brand through. But having an omni-channel focus is going to make the biggest difference long term, because as Amazon makes changes or other platforms make changes, it won't kill your business if you have multiple channels that you can sell your products on, especially if you're able to start building up an email list or start building up customer bases or start working with influencers if you're building some sort of a private label product. And so having this trend towards omni-channel also means that software and tools are starting to have that trend as well. So in the Amazon space, for instance, there's a software that I utilize for repricing my products on Amazon. This software now has added in the ability to reprice products on Walmart for me. So now I've got a tool that can kind of do both things for me at the same exact price that I was paying for the first one. And so this is a huge shift. And so these software companies making these changes just proves the point that it's getting more competitive, and we need to, as sellers, start looking at multiple channels to sell on because there's more tools, more resources that'll help us do it. It makes the process even easier as well as the Walmart marketplace matures or other marketplaces start to grow. And so I'm really excited about the future of omni-channel selling. I'm looking personally into growing Shopify brands and being able to do that in addition to my Amazon reselling business and in addition to the stuff that I do on Walmart and eBay and other platforms, because it is so important to have multiple different ways to sell your products online in today's landscape, especially with the different marketplaces like Amazon being a little bit more volatile than they used to be early on in my career and kind of difficult to deal with on an account health basis from time to time. And so having those multiple streams of income gives you confidence in your business and the ability to grow and scale from there. Now, the second big shift in e-commerce selling has actually been towards storing data and how you can better manipulate that data. Now, as an Amazon reseller, I actually do this by collecting a bunch of leads for products that I can purchase from a supplier website and sell on Amazon. And I've actually collected currently over 30,000 in this lead tracker of mine, and I can see all of the products. I can see the profitability of these products, and I can actually sort and filter by things that have over a 40% return on investment, for instance. And as that data loads, then I can actually just run through all 30,000 of these products and find the ones that have the 40% return on investment if I were to run this. But it's also tracking if I'm restricted or not restricted on the platform. You can see here that it actually brought back 4,000 items out of those 30,000 that have a 40% return on investment. That's powerful. But it's not just for reselling. This is also for private label. This is also for wholesale. The more data that you can collect on customers and buying patterns, the more data that you can get on the types of images that actually sell and convert, the keywords that work for your business, the better. And that's why software tools are doing more now to allow you to collect that data and allow you to manipulate it in a way that helps your business to grow. For instance, Keepa is a huge software tool for resellers like myself, where I can go to keepa.com and they are tracking the data on over 1 billion ASINs or products in the Amazon marketplace. Having access to not just the data, but having the ability to use that data gets more and more important, which actually brings me to my third major shift in really just business in general, which is the shift towards artificial intelligence. Now, I've made plenty of videos on this YouTube channel about utilizing AI and artificial intelligence in your business, especially in e-commerce business, but it's only gotten stronger and stronger through the years. It almost seems like an exponential growth for AI, and it's going to continue to be that way. And it's actually starting to kind of come into more of the communities that I'm a part of. For instance, the Business Building Legends community, where I help sellers to grow and scale their businesses with my own systems and everything. We had somebody post this the other day, and I blocked out the name because I didn't ask for permission, but this person posted, hey, if you're not using ChatGPT or other artificial intelligence to help streamline and improve your business systems, you should try. Among other personal uses, ChatGPT has helped me set up accounting and inventory trackers, plan my work, family, and homeschool schedule balance, walk me through a good debt payoff plan, set up my profit first accounts and trackers, offered me suggestions on how to improve my sourcing methods and efficiency, etc. And I know I've only scratched the surface of what it can do for me and my business. And I have noticed the same thing. Now, I have also been trying to be cognizant of not becoming fully reliant on artificial intelligence, just because I feel like it actually reduces my cognitive ability if I'm just constantly asking AI to do everything for me. And so I'm trying to balance what that looks like. However, artificial intelligence and these tools are going to be such a massive productivity help in your business, whether you're just using ChatGPT or something similar, like a language learning model, or you're starting to build out AI agents like a couple friends that I know are using in their business, or you're someone that is using it to just help your virtual assistants to make better decisions. AI is changing the way e-commerce is going to work, and it really has. Shopify is an AI first platform now. Amazon, they have their own AI to not only help with providing customers with the products that they're looking for based on their past buying history and the keywords they're putting in, but they're also using their AI to run through the images on listings and utilize those lifestyle images as a way to provide customers with products based on the keywords that they're using in their business. So if you have a pair of boots, for instance, if you have a lifestyle image of these boots being at a dinner party, something a little bit fancier, Amazon's AI is going to know that. Or if you have these boots being something that's in the woods, or you're hiking, or you're doing anything that is a little bit more outdoorsy, Amazon's AI is going to provide that as an option to customers looking for hiking boots. It's actually reading through all the images, through all of the keywords, the bullet points, the description, the title, and it is using artificial intelligence to provide those options to the end consumer. Now, because this is so impactful, I actually found this article from Carbon 6 about Amazon AI tools that every seller needs for success in 2025. The issue with artificial intelligence is that it changes so fast that these actually could change a week after I post this, or it could be the same way for years and years into the future. But I love that they give a nice table of contents here on first ChatGPT. That's the one most people know, like, and trust and have been using for the longest time. And it's the your data and analysis helper. And it kind of talks more about what you can do with ChatGPT, how you can utilize it in your business, and gives some different easy ways that Amazon sellers can use it to increase profits, right? So I like this article. I'll make sure to post this in the description. Let's look at some of these other options here. So Claude is a listing optimization expert. It's going to be a little bit better typically with being able to run through the keywords and getting it to build a nice listing for you. Midjourney is going to be for lifestyle images and having that generator. It does a lot more with images using artificial intelligence. Ecomtent, I've actually never heard of, but it's called the Amazon Listing Specialist. We've got Canva, which I use regularly, and you can use Canva AI to help with thumbnails and images and other things like that. HeyGen, which I've not used, is AI-powered UGC and influencer content creator. So if you are a brand that is looking to do any kind of content creation, you can utilize that AI-powered tool to help do that with your product. Gummy Search is your niche audience discovery tool. Never used that one or heard of it. Perplexity AI I have heard of, and this is your market research assistant. Actually, somebody else in the Business Building Legends community talked about how they couldn't operate without Perplexity now. So this is something that I'm going to be doing more research on, but this is going to help you to do market research on competitors, on the different products that you're trying to sell, and even just using it for, different software and trying to get some good ideas for how you can best apply that to your business. And then Axio is the global sourcing game changer. I want to look at these. Ultimately, these last few I've never really heard of. Profacy, project Amelia and harnessing AI for selling in 2025, which is just their little conclusion here. But I do love this article because it gives some good resources. If you're somebody looking to just try to dip your toe in the artificial intelligence waters, so to speak, then go check out this website, Essential Amazon AI Tools for Sellers by Carbon 6. This article will be extremely helpful in you being able to just start utilizing it. Now, again, ChatGPT is probably the most basic, easiest way to get in there and start, using artificial intelligence to help you with email responses or help you with some sort of listing creation and other things. Now, ChatGPT is probably the best way for most people to get in and start using it. It's pretty user friendly. All you're having to do is just type in some prompts to it. And I've made other YouTube videos on how you can use ChatGPT in your business that still apply right now. I believe they're about a year or so old as of the time of this recording. But these are the three major shifts that we are seeing in e-commerce right now, not just on Amazon, but across the board. So I hope that this video helped you and blessed you, and it gave you a whole different way to start looking at your business and how you can make the best decisions moving forward. But if there were any other shifts that I missed, please post them down in the comments below. I'd love to read and respond to those, especially because this is about the future of e-commerce. And I hope that this video is going to be something that can carry you long into the future. Be sure to check out all the links below in the description. If you want to work with me in any way, you want free resources, paid resources, or other things, I'm here to help as much as I can. And I hope this video helped you and blessed you. You have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.